Gaano kahirap ang buhay nun?
Tanda ko ba, there was one meal that I had to share with my brother, no? Tuyo, napaghatian namin. Yung isang pisngi sa kanya, isang pisngi sa akin. No?
Bata pa ba gusto niyo nang maging abogado?
At the start, I knew what I wanted. No? Kasi madaldal ako. Sabi sa akin ng mga pinapatawag ko nung bata ako, patawag mo kayo madaldal na bata. Tapos papatulain nila ako, dapat abogado kasi madaldal ka. When I started the firm, what was the philosophy? Would it be like cheap or will it be, let's say, Hermes, very expensive, be like a BMW, expensive but able to deliver?
In an industry as tough as a legal profession, it takes impeccable knowledge and a winning attitude to stand out. At perfect na poster boy dito si Nilo Divina, an ambitious and driven attorney na nakakakita ng oportunidad sa problema at tumitingin sa kabiguan bilang naantalang tagumpay. I'm Ces Orenia Drilon. Join me as I learn more about the enigma that is the legal profession in this episode featuring Dean Nilo Divina, founder and managing partner of top law firm Divina Law. Only here in Usapang Bilyonaryo. Dean, you've come a long way from the streets of Caloocan to, well, you're practically sitting on top of the world here in your law office. How has the journey been?
The journey has been exciting, no? And fulfilling.
Tough. I'm sure tough.
Tough, but exciting and fulfilling. And they always say that the fun is in the journey, not so much the achievement, no, of your goal.
I saw where you grew up and wow, it was really, kung pupunta ka sa siguro mahihirap na lugar dito sa Maynila.
That's exactly mahirap na lugar for you.
Pwede po ba nating balikan kung saan kayo nagsimula?
Well, ako'y galing sa mahirap na pamilya, no? So basically deprived, no, childhood. No? My father was not rich, no, an ordinary employee, and my mom was an ordinary housewife. No? Simply assisting my dad.
Gaano kahirap ang buhay nun?
Tanda ko ba, there was one meal that I had to share with my brother. Tuyo, napaghatian namin. Yung isang pisngi sa kanya, isang pisngi sa akin. No? Si Arnold, ngayon na konsehal ng Caloocan.
Would you say na your house was one of the parang may ganyan? Were you that humble? Ang beginnings ninyo?
Mas maliit pa dyan.
Talaga? Gaano kaliit?
Mas maliit dyan.
Ito sa tubig. Isa sa lamesa kami ito tubig dito. Kasi pataas ang baha.
How do you describe this partnership? The dynamic lawyer meets the dynamic chef. Our aspiration is to be the first business-style restaurant in the Philippines. We're the very first law firm, I think, with a restaurant of its own. Others partner with restaurants, but we decided to go one notch further, having our own restaurant and serving a dynamic menu prepared by an excellent dynamic chef, Chef Nico and Chef Queen.
You named your first foray in the restaurant business after your mother's. How did she provide that warmth despite being so deprived?
You know, my mom was very caring, very loving, and very kind. The kindest person I knew. And with limited resources, she would do with whatever is available. And then in a magical way, prepare meals that we all like. I didn't know how she did it. That's why I said in a very magical way, she's able to convert something very ordinary to something extraordinary.
Bata pa ba gusto niyo nang maging abogado?
At the start, I knew what I wanted. Kasi madaldal ako. Sabi sa akin, patawag mo kayo madaldal na bata. Tapos papatulain nila ako, no? Kasi medyo hindi maganda yung pinapatula sa akin. Sabi niya, dapat na abogado kasi madaldal ka. Tsaka, so at that point, sabi ko, perhaps I should really be a lawyer. No? I was a scholar also in law school. I missed my scholarship only my last semester because I was too busy. I was the president of a student council, so you know, less time for study and more time for extracurricular activity. Well, basically for seven and a half years, I was a scholar.
Was he really very smart?
Inaasahan talaga siya magiging successful.
Talagang
napaka-studious din.
Lumalaban kami ng pustahan. Magaling sa shooting to eh. Tsaka doon sa billiard.
That's how we make money.
So you would bet on him?
Yes.
Magkano ang
That time, piso-piso.
Piso-piso lang.
Tapos, malaki din ang araw.
Saka chess, billiard yan. So, that's how I made money.
You're one of the biggest taxpayers in the country, I understand.
That's what they say. So I paid a lot of taxes the past years, no? Both personal and corporate, meaning the firm pays taxes, as you know, value-added tax. But I also pay taxes.
Lawyers are hired for tax avoidance purposes.
But tax avoidance is valid, as we all know.
Okay.
Tax evasion is what is not valid. No? There are many ways of managing your tax.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, despite all your creativity, you will have to pay taxes.
What is the principle behind this, in your belief that, because there are other law firms that are probably also have a good practice but not as high paying in terms of taxes?
There are many ways by which regulators will find or get to know if you are not paying the right amount of taxes. And then, of course, you have to deal with AMLA also. No? Why worry about these issues? Why might as well pay the taxes lawfully?
Right, and it means
And so far, that formula has been working for us. That's one of our core values, integrity.
I suppose also this is the profession where you really use your smarts.
Intelligence, or hard work, because you have to read. You have to be updated when it comes to
discipline,
cases.
no?
You have to have discipline. And they say that cases are won and lost not in courtrooms but in the library.
So you were very disciplined as a student.
As a student
Scholar.
and up to now.
Give us an example, or how does discipline mark your life?
I have a schedule. I have a schedule that includes everything, including time to attend mass, time to pray my rosary, time to study, time to work, time to spend time with my family. I went to watch Netflix. No,
You are also a very spiritual person.
yeah, I guess that's one of our strengths as a law firm, and I think one of my strengths also as a lawyer. We pray a lot. We pray for good results. When I started the firm, what was the philosophy? So would it be like cheap, but all will be, let's say, Hermes, no? Very expensive, but
To a select clientele.
and then appreciated by clients. For whatever reason, I decided to go that route, no? I'll be like a BMW, expensive but able to deliver. Thanks be to God, that kind of formula click.
You gave bonuses to your lawyers in the middle of the pandemic. Is that true? Dumami ba mga kaso nung pandemic?
We did give bonuses, allowances, and there were limitations. But you know, you have acquisitions, you have rehabilitations, you have buyouts. No, whether
There was
good or bad,
okay.
there is always a need. There will always be a need for lawyer. So,
Business did not suffer.
thanks be to God, it did not suffer, and that's why there are bonuses, financial assistance given to our employees and lawyers.
What was your first job?
I was a clerk of court, RTC Pasig, no? And then joined Equitable Bank after 1 year. And from ABP, I rose to Executive Vice President. And I think I was the youngest EVP at that time.
What was the thinking of applying for a clerk of court?
I realize now the reason why I started as a clerk of court and then ended up with a bank before I put up my law firm is I will be a combination of corporate litigation, which is very rare for a lawyer.
When did you get close to Mr. Tony Go? When did you have that faith? Kasi syempre, you're just one of the cogs in the
That's right.
machine, right?
I was made corporate secretary of Equitable Bank. It merged with PCI Bank, and then Tony got appointed chairman of the board, and then we became close since then. That was 2001, and up to now we remain very good friends. One of my benefactors, and he gave computers and printers when I started the firm. No? At the same time, gave me seed money to put up my law firm. That aspiration of having your own, law firm where you are the boss, no, where you call the shots, and then you build on your dreams, no, of making that law firm a respectable, firm in the legal circle.
And you started with 5 lawyers. How did you go about recruiting these?
Those who were with me in Equitable PCI Bank, the first secretary, the first messenger, still with us. No?
Wow.
Yes.
That's also, they say, a mark of a good employer. You keep your people.
We pay well. We set up our retirement fund, no, for our lawyers and staff, and we have provident fund. I think we're the only law firm in the country with a retirement and provident fund, no, for lawyers and staff. No. We have many plans, no, for the welfare of our employees. No.
You know, you talk so fast.
Yeah, I talk so fast. As a professor, that's what students tell me. Sir, you talk too fast. But of course, I always ask, but do you understand me? Do I impart knowledge, no? Or do I speak Greek to you? So we understand naman. But if you can make it slow.
How did you find time to start a family when you were, on the go, being really busy building a career?
Well,
Was she your classmate in
she was my classmate in law school. How did I get her attention? I was reading the 4th chapter when the assignment is only on the 1st chapter. Yun ang naalala niya sa akin. So, masyado akong palaral.
She was attracted to you.
But she was very pretty.
So, ganun ka pala magpa-impress. Mag-aaral ako sa harap nito. But I understand she didn't pursue a law degree because you married
one
early.
lawyer is enough in the family. That's what she said.
And she's happy having turned her back on. I'm
but
sure she would have been a good lawyer too.
She is happy that she quit and just supported me.
So you're known as the lawyer to the billionaire. Does it make you a billionaire yourself? So you're known as the lawyer to the billionaire. Does it make you a billionaire yourself? A couple of more zeros na lang. A billionaire lawyer with billionaire clients.
Our clients are our own ambassadors. It's not uncommon for these billionaire clients to be referring other billionaires to us. That's why we have many billionaire clients, because billionaires befriend billionaires. Right?
Ano yung mga luho ninyo?
I travel, but with my boys. No, I have 5 boys. I do one-on-one.
It looks to me like you've already achieved most of the dreams that you had.
You have to continue dreaming, because the moment you stop dreaming, what's the point of living, right? We have many dreams that have been fulfilled, thanks be to God, but we have many more dreams, no?
Making $1 billion pesos, check.
But thanks be to God, check. As a professor, I told myself I have to write a very comprehensive reviewer for the good of my students. That's done. And I get comments that, sir, this is the best reviewer in commercial law. Again, of course, thanks be to God. And the patronage that we get from students. And then, of course, putting up a law firm which is pro-employee, pro-client, same time pro-employee. We have a retirement fund and a provident fund. Check, right? Because 2 of my boys have special needs, no? So my next dream is to put up a home for the aged and special children, at the same time, a place where my lawyers and staff can retire. I keep on telling them, the reason why we have so many blessings in life, I said, dahil sa iyo, marami tayong blessings sa Diyos, no? Kaya ikaw ang swerte sa buhay ko, no? So don't forget that, I love you, God loves you unconditionally, and you always bring good luck and good fortune to us, no?
These are your 2 elder children.
Yes, 2 elders. My 2 youngest are taking up law.
So they didn't stop you from having more offspring. Did you question God? I mean, you're very spiritual.
I did
But
not question God. I told God, I keep on telling God, of course, no, help me to accept, no, consistently, 24/7, no, not just to accept, but to wholeheartedly embrace, no, what you gave to me. And to see them as blessings, not a curse.
One of your sons is reviewing for the bar.
And will be graduating, hopefully.
Will be graduating.
Hopefully, I haven't seen his grades. He studies in UST, but I don't interfere, obviously, right? I hope he graduates this year. And then my youngest is first year in another law school. Decided to go to NEO despite the fact that his dad is the dean of UST and said he wants to try it out there.
It must be tough for both these sons to, follow in your footsteps.
My youngest said that if there is anyone who will manage the firm, can it be based not on age, but based on the results of the bar examination? So, very witty, no? Kasi kung age nga naman, talo siya youngest, di ba? Pero kung grade daw sa bar, baka may chance siya. So, I mean, I'm sure my sons will do well. I saw how my son debated, no? He's a debater, and he was much better than me. There's one thing in common. We both talk fast.
That's the best compliment to a parent when your children will outshine you, huh?
I think they have the potential to outshine.
Yeah. What are the other mountains that you still have to climb?
I have written 5 books that have to be updated. My goal is to be one of the biggest now, but at the same time, the most profitable. Not so much for myself, but so that I can, share the blessings with my lawyers and staff. I would like my lawyers and staff to be the happiest employees.
And you have made your marks globally as well.
Not well.
Regionally.
Regionally we have clients. We have foreign clients.
So is that part of the equation as
Part of the equation, yes.
Is politics something that appeals to you? Politics something that appeals to you?
Public service, of course, at a certain point, something I would like to consider.
When you've ticked all the boxes na.
Yeah, I
when
guess,
there's nothing left to...
to tick.
What is the secret to having a good relationship? Because I can see, Tony Go continues to be a close friend, and your landlord here, and I'm sure many of your other billionaire clients. Aside from the service that you give and the track record in cases and deals, what else is there that that could help you retain these clients?
That's what I have always preached, no? That your clients should be your friends. No?
Kahit matalo sa kaso.
But bihira naman kasi kayo matalo. No? Pero in those cases na natatalo, kaibigan pa rin. Kasi nakita naman nila the efforts we exerted in winning the case. Those clients na natalo kami, they're still friends. No?
What would you say your number one philosophy in life?
My basic philosophy has always been, so you have to work as if everything depends on work, but you have to pray as if everything depends on prayer. Dalawa, sa work tsaka prayer, hard work and prayer is always the best formula.
You're not the type of person who rests on your laurels.
There are many more to conquer.
You could slow down, right?
I'm only 58.
What does retirement look like to you?
I don't think I will retire, so I'll probably continue to practice, to teach, for as long as I can.
Right now, how do you go about, because this looks like a very well-oiled machine, do you give your lawyers autonomy, or do you always have the last say?
I have the last say, but they also have autonomy. I have very good deputies. I have 9 senior partners. So the key in running an organization is having very good deputies, and at the same time having very good employees. So that's why we only get the best graduates from the best law schools in the country. So if you have good deputies and you have an excellent team, then you match it with prayer and dedication, I think nothing is impossible.
That's the winning formula. So the buck stops with you.
They always consult with me. They need my imprimatur. If it's something that will affect the firm, of course, the client in a major way, so they need to agree with me.
Now, how many do you have? You started with 5.
We're now 78, but with 15 under bar, who took the bar examinations November. When they pass this March, will be 92 lawyers. That should make it the 4th biggest law firm in the country in terms of number of lawyers.
About being dean in UST, it was also a box you had to tick? Or is it more giving now, giving back to your alma
Actually,
mater?
teaching is giving back. My salary for the last 13 years is used to pay for scholarships. The amount I spend for scholarships is more than the salary I earned as a dean and as a professor.
And then you've become a generous patron of bar passers in UST. Tama ba? Ang reward ay biyahe?
It started 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Sa unang muna Boracay, problema ng mga estudyante mukhang nagiging mas
mas magaling o mas ambisyoso?
Mas ambisyoso at probably mas ibang hinihingi. Boracay, Ngayon gusto nila na iba na. So nagbangkok sila, yung mga last na bar passers,
You
nagbangkok.
shoulder all of this.
I donate, I basically, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's crazy. Why do that?
It's a reward for my children. I consider my students my children-in-law. It has always worked that way. The more I give, the more it comes back to me.
But that is
100-fold.
not the thought
That's not,
that propels you to
Oh,
give.
no. I had a deprived childhood, so I might as well share whatever blessings I have with others. At the end of the day, my philosophy is this: how much did I make money last year, and how much am I making this year? So I'm still good. So kahit bigay ako ng ganyan, pag-tip ng mga lawyers o donation here and there, at the end of the day, I'm still ahead. I still made income, no? So okay na ako doon.
Although there was a time in your life when you had to face a crisis because of that hazing case in UST. How was that for you?
One of the most trying and challenging times in my life. Except I'm very sad because Acho was student of UST. I still remember the screaming headlines. Law school dean of UST charged with murder. Who would have thought that I'm a lawyer and I'll be charged with murder? I was never charged with murder. Yeah, it's a question of having a clean conscience. No? I know I didn't do anything wrong, and then of course I matched it with prayers. And one of my good friends told me, Nilo, it's a matter of winning the case. If you win the case, this publicity will go away.
So far, what do you think is your legacy and what you would like your legacy to be as,
Three, so basically, I would like to be recognized as the top, if not one of the best, if not the best commercial law experts in the country. So I will continue to update my book, my reviewer. So that's one part of me as an educator. Second, to be known as the best law firm to work with, to work for. Not to compete with other law firms, but the best law firm insofar as my employees and my clients are concerned. We don't want to compete with law firms, but for our clients, the best law firm to work for, to work with. And then third, as I said, hopefully I will have this dream project realized of having retirement village. Same time, hope for the agents for children, for my lawyers, staff, and my kids.
I think politics is something that
And
maybe...
God calls me to it, then I'll gladly consider.
A seasoned lawyer, Dean Nilo Divina has himself become an institution. And while he has started diversifying his business, he vows to continue what he does best, bringing dynamism not just into the law profession, but into every aspect of human life. Ako po si Ces Orenia Drilon. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood sa Usapang Bilyonaryo. Watch the full-length producer's cut on Billionario Digital on YouTube and on Billionario's Facebook page.